Her fangs, up to 5 centimeters long, look like blades. They fit into each other like a lock, allowing the fish not just to grab their prey but to pierce through it. This is not a metaphor. Researchers who opened Goliath's mouth noted that his jaw works with the precision of a predatory machine. The muscles of the head are so powerful that when bitten, they create pressure comparable to the bite of a hyena. For a fish, this is an anomaly. For nature, perfection. The fish can reach a length of more than 1.5 meters and weigh over 50 kilograms. African fishermen say that sometimes she goes out into shallow water and attacks birds that land on the surface of the water. There is no scientific evidence for this, but the footprints on the bodies of captured animals sometimes speak more than any legend. In the waters of the Congo River, where light hardly penetrates, where the current is ferocious, and all living things seem to be the product of an ancient nightmare, a creature lurks that does not need a myth to be scary. Goliath tigerfish is not just a predator. It's a weapon created by the river itself. When you look into her eyes, amber, cold, devoid of emotion, you feel something primal, ancient, as if time itself stopped to give way to a pure killer instinct. Interestingly, the structure of its spine and fins resembles ancient representatives of the Devonian period rather than modern fish. Scientists suggest that Goliath is a relic, a surviving species of a prehistoric lineage that has retained a time-tested shape. His body is a perfect balance of strength and speed. Each fin acts as a stabilizer. The tail is like a turbine. It is able to change direction abruptly, reaching speeds of up to 90 kilometers per hour in turbulent streams. But the real secret of this fish is not in the teeth and not in the speed, it's in the behavior. Goliath tigerfish does not attack randomly. She chooses the moment when the current is strongest, when the prey is blinded by the turbidity of the water. Then she strikes from below out of the darkness, in one motion, and if he misses, he doesn't chase. She disappears as if she had never existed. This behavior is closer to predatory cats than to fish. And it is precisely for this deliberate tactic that the local peoples call her the spirit of the river. The philosopher Soren Kierkegaard once said, "Fear is the dizziness of freedom." Looking into the eyes of a tiger fish, you understand the meaning of these words. She lives without fear, in absolute freedom. In a world where survival is not a struggle but an art, Goliath does not seek to dominate, he simply exists, reminding that nature does not need approval to be majestic. Her eyesight deserves special attention. Goliath has unique mesh cells capable of detecting even faint fluctuations in light. This explains why she sees in muddy water as clearly as a human sees in daylight. Her eyes reflect a reflection similar to gold, hence the nickname Golden Demon of the Congo. Anatomically, the structure of its skull is almost perfectly symmetrical, which is extremely rare in fish. This precision is needed to distribute the bite force over the entire jaw. Scientists joke, if there were engineers of nature, then the tiger fish would be their magnum opus, a masterpiece of biomechanics. When British researcher Jeremy Wade first caught this fish, he described the feeling of holding something from another world in his hands, a mixture of horror and admiration. This is often the case when a person encounters a life form that needs no explanation. It's just there. But there is one more detail, almost imperceptible. There are tiny sensory bumps on the tail of the tiger fish that detect micro-vibrations of the water. This is her sixth sense. Thanks to them, she senses the approach of prey at a distance of several meters, even in complete darkness. If a person possessed such an organ, we would feel the movement of air behind our backs with an accuracy of a millimeter. When you watch her dissolve into the dark waters of the Congo, you remember the words of Heraclitus, "Nature likes to hide." Indeed, the most beautiful and terrible manifestations of it are hidden not in bright places, but in the shadows. Goliath is the embodiment of this truth, a beautiful monster whose existence reminds us how small the boundary between horror and perfection is. If you think you've seen everything, just look into the tiger fish's eyes, and you'll realize that the depth isn't over yet. Support our channel and we'll show you other inhabitants of the abyss that the textbooks won't tell you about. Your every support, subscription, and like helps us dive even deeper.